The subconscious mind controls 85% of our thinking. It controls most of our behaviors. It controls most of what we do. You look at any person who's 25 years old, 30 years old, 50 years old, they are a reflection of their subconscious programming, not their conscious thinking. The subconscious mind is programmed or altered in three specific ways. Number one is repetition. That's doing or hearing the same thing over and over and over and over again. It's the reason why everyone understands words and everyone listening to us can understand English, because in kindergarten, you sang the ABC song a million times. So now you understand the letters. You understand letters become words, words become sentences, sentences become thoughts. That one is the easiest one to do, but it also is the one that takes the longest amount of time, because you have to repeat enough until the subconscious mind hears that knock on the door enough that it opens the door and it lets that thought in.
What's happening here is that when you do repetitions, what we're actually doing is we have to rewire our neural pathways inside of our brain in order to like go to something automatically versus being forced. That's why the repetition is so important, right? You have to just like feel it a million times, maybe a couple million times before you just like hit this thing in your sleep with your eyes closed.
Eventually, the subconscious mind realizes, okay, if you're going to keep thinking this or you're going to keep doing this, obviously this is going to become a normal thing. So let me take over this task. You stop thinking about it actively. I'll take this over and I'll just do it every single time without thinking.
You drive to work. You're driving. Right. First time you drive to work, you have to focus. Now you use Apple Maps and you're just like, you have to pull in to make sure that you're like parking the right spot, parking the right time, make sure you get through the doors. But eventually, you do this so many times, you repeat this over and over again, that your subconscious, basically what Jade was just saying, is that it takes it over for you because its job is to help you. You can think about a million other things right now while I take care of this drive, while I park, while we go through the door, say hello to Linda when we walk in. Like it'll take care of all of that for you. Is that a good example?
Yes, that's a good example. You do it every single day to the point that you don't consciously think about that you're doing it. So you can be thinking about a whole bunch of other things. You still do it. But if somebody asks you an hour later, did you brush your teeth? You know you did, but you can't remember the act of doing it. That's the subconscious mind when it takes over a task. So the second way is through emotionalization. Emotionalization is when you experience something, feel something, think something, see or hear something that touches you emotionally in such a way that it can make an instant change to your subconscious programming, even with one repetition. But if you are emotionally triggered enough by whatever it is that occurs, and that can be any emotion, it can be anger, it can be frustration, happiness, sadness, anything that could change your life and alter you immediately just because of the strength of that emotion, because emotion contains energy, and energy is one of the key investments to make any type of change in life.